Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now let's start. Family gatherings are always full of surprises. They're the perfect occasions to catch up, laugh, and reminisce. But this time, something truly extraordinary happened. What unfolded within 3 short hours left everyone speechless. Let me take you through the roller coaster story of what happened with my cousin-in-law that night. If you are enjoying story, then please subscribe to my channel, comment, and share with your friends. Now came back towards story. It all started at my aunt's house during her annual weekend barbecue. Everyone was there. My parents, siblings, cousins, uncles, and a few extended family members, including my cousin-in-law, Derek. Derek had always been a quiet, reserved guy. Married to my cousin Amanda for 6 years, he mostly kept to himself during family events. He wasn't the type to draw attention, or so we thought. Little did we know, the events of the next 3 hours would turn him into the center of attention, and not for reasons anyone could have imagined. It all began around 6 p.m. when Derek arrived, alone. Amanda had called earlier to say she'd be late, so we didn't think much of it. But Derek's demeanor was different. He seemed nervous, distracted, and kept checking his phone. My uncle joked, "What's got you so jumpy, Derek? Did you forget to marinate the steaks?" We all laughed, but Derek barely cracked a smile. At first, we chalked it up to work stress or maybe an argument with Amanda. But then, the strange behavior began. Around 6:15 p.m., Derek stepped away from the group to take a phone call. He was pacing back and forth in the backyard, talking in a hushed tone. My cousin Jenna whispered to me, "Do you think he's okay? He looks worried." I nodded, but decided not to pry. Over the next half hour, Derek took not 1, not 2, but 4 phone calls. Each time, he seemed more agitated. At one point, he even raised his voice, saying, "I told you I'll handle it." That's when we started exchanging concerned glances. Around 7 p.m., Derek went inside the house. A few minutes later, we heard a loud crash from the kitchen. Everyone rushed in to see what had happened. There was Derek standing amidst shattered glass and spilled lemonade. He apologized profusely, saying he had accidentally knocked over a pitcher while reaching for a glass. But his hands were trembling and his face was pale. "Derek, are you sure you're okay?" my aunt asked. He nodded, but his voice was shaky as he said, "Yeah, just clumsy today." Things took a bizarre turn around 7:30 p.m. Derek suddenly disappeared. One moment he was sitting on the patio, quietly sipping his drink, and the next he was gone. My cousin Ryan joked, "Maybe he's hiding from dish duty." But after 15 minutes, we started getting worried. We checked every room, the backyard, even the front porch. He was nowhere to be found. Amanda hadn't arrived yet, so we couldn't ask her if she knew where he might be. At 8 p.m., Derek reappeared, but this time he wasn't alone. He was carrying a small weathered box. His clothes were slightly dirty, and there was a smudge of dirt on his cheek. My aunt exclaimed, "Derek, where have you been? And what's that?" Derek looked around the room, took a deep breath, and said, "I found something. Something I think you all need to see." Everyone gathered around as Derek carefully opened the box. Inside, there were old photographs, letters, and a small journal. Derek explained, "I was digging in the backyard earlier this week when I found this buried under the old oak tree. I didn't think much of it until today." The photographs were of my late grandparents in their younger years, but none of us had ever seen them before. The letters were love notes exchanged between them during the early days of their relationship. And the journal? Well, the journal was the most shocking part. As Derek read excerpts from the journal, we learned things about our family that had been long buried, literally and figuratively. There were stories of hardships, triumphs, and even a family feud that none of us knew about. But the most jaw-dropping revelation was about a secret inheritance that had been hidden for decades. My grandfather had left instructions in the journal for how to find a hidden stash of valuables. He had intended to reveal it to the family years ago, but never got the chance. The next hour was a whirlwind. Derek led us to the spot where the journal indicated the valuables were hidden. With a bit of digging, we unearthed a small locked chest. Inside, we found old coins, jewelry, and other keepsakes, all carefully preserved. It was a moment of pure amazement and unity for our family. We were shocked not only by what we found, but also by how Derek's seemingly strange behavior had led to this incredible discovery. That night, Derek went from being the quiet, reserved cousin-in-law to the unlikely hero of the family. Amanda arrived just in time to hear the whole story, and she couldn't believe what had happened. In the span of 3 hours, our family's history had been rewritten, and bonds were strengthened in ways we never expected. It's a night we'll talk about for years to come. And that, my friends, is the story of what happened with my cousin-in-law in just 3 hours. It's a reminder that sometimes the most unexpected moments can bring about the most unforgettable memories. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more amazing tales. Thank you.